So, hey, good morning, friends, and welcome to today's Saturday Snapshot. And my goodness, I hope you are dried off and recovered. It wasn't too long ago that we had quite the storm that just came through here, and uh, it did some cleaning out for some tree branches and palm branches and things along those lines. And that those times when we have the storms that come through that. We're used to thunderstorms in Florida, but then there are times that they just kind of catch us by surprise. And I kind of refer to those moments. I'm kind of using the storm as the example. Is the times when we get punched in the mouth, right? When our faith suddenly takes a hit that we weren't expecting, or you've heard me describe it as the yogurt hitting the fan kind of experiences in life. And I'm sharing that with you because we're gonna continue in this journey of faith, this sermon series, the principles of faith. And this tomorrow, I'm going to be inviting us to think about this question. Is it possible to have faith and still miss out on God's promises? Is it possible for us to have an unprofitable faith, or a faith that doesn't produce fruit? And obviously, I'm going to be suggesting to you that we won't discover the depth of our faith if we really have a fruitful faith until we get punched in the mouth, until the yogurt hits the fan. And I want to kind of share some thoughts with you tomorrow about how we can know what our faith will stand against, what our faith will look like in the midst of those kinds of experiences, because they come, and we really want to make sure that we do have a profitable faith, that we do have a fruitful faith in the midst of the storms that come, because it is those storms that really do develop and they really do reveal the depth and the character of our faith. So I hope you'll make plans to come and be a part of our service, either in person or online tomorrow. We will look forward to having that time with you. A couple of other great things that'll be happening tomorrow that I want you to be aware of. We are getting ready to send a mission team off to Panama, where they are going to be engaged in a ministry with the indigenous people of the Nayo. This would be great for Jane to be able to help me out here. The Nabi people, I believe, is what I'm trying to say. This has been an ongoing team, but this will be the first time that we get to send a team from the United Methodist Church of the Palm Beaches. And so during the 11:15 service, we will be praying for the team and the work that they will be doing from September 2nd through the 10th. And so I hope you will mark your calendars and be in prayer for them. And also, we had a great meeting, a great dinner at our Mission Cafe on Wednesday evening, and we had a great presentation from Fritz about how we, as a church, can continue our ministry in support of the school that this church built. There are over 100 students. I think it's actually about 100 students that are part of that school, and without that school, they would not be receiving the education that they receive. And that school has been underwritten by you, by our church, and also by Fritz. And so we want to help in the rebuild, but also making sure that those children and those teachers have access to the right resources. And so it's amazing when you get ready to hear what I'm getting ready to say, that for $50 a year, you can help sponsor a child to make sure that child has all the resources that they need, but it also helps go and pays the salary for the staff and for the teachers there. Let me tell you, I mean, as we've gotten back to school, and just paying for just the requirements that the school had for Melody and Anaya, that was over $350. That's before we went and bought resources, before we went and bought books, notebooks, and all those and clothes, those kinds of things. For $50, you're able to take care of one student for an entire year and help pay the salary for the teachers there. So this is certainly something we can do. I have figured out that that's maybe having to not have 6 Egg McMuffins to pay that. And so I hope you will join me in sponsoring a student tomorrow. And so I think there's probably about 50 to 70 students that are left. And we would love for the board to be taken care of tomorrow, that there's no students left on the board. So be in prayer about that. Also, wanted to share with you a concern that came up. And it's kind of been a dormant concern, but we were talking about it in our staff meeting. And what that is that when we who are on the platform, we have an opportunity, obviously, to look at our congregation, and we see a lot of beautiful, wonderful, smiling faces. And we love to be able to guide and lead you into worship. But there's also within our heart this desire to see you engaged in the ministries here at the church. And so when we look at your beautiful smiling faces, we also see a lot of untapped treasure in those seats. And we would love, there's really 3 different specific ways in which you can be involved, and there are plenty others, but some things right off the top of our mind is some of you have some beautiful talent with singing. And we need more voices for our choir. We need more voices for our praise team. This allows folks to be able to take vacations. It allows us to begin to build a new choir and those and praise team. And so we would love for you to consider joining Carrie or our praise team and using your voice. Menu's been doing a great job this past summer and really starting to build the core group, and it would mean a lot for the children and youth that are here, but also the children and youth that are yet to come, that if they were able to have an adult guide, an adult mentor to be a part of their life. It means a lot to Manu and those volunteers right now when there's other adults that come alongside of them. And so that's yet another way for you to plug in and help. And then we're seeing more and more folks that are starting to come and visit with us. And so we want to beef up our guest relations team. And we're working on developing a more robust response to our guests and those who are planning a visit. And if you would like to be a part of that, that's yet another way. We always have projects on the campus that need help. There are lots of ways for you to prove to yourself that you're an owner, you're an investor in this house, this place of worship, that you have a stake in making a difference in our kingdom. And for us as a church to continue growing, to continue being a vibrant and influential impact in our community, it really is going to take all of us doing our part. And so it doesn't matter if you're 5 years old or if you're 80 years old or older. We need you to share your treasure with us, because it really does benefit the entire community when you do that. Hey, there's a couple of discipleship things I want you to be mindful of. One, if you haven't joined the church and you have been contemplating joining the church, now's the time to check us out. We will have our next new member class starting in September 3rd. And all you need to do is send me an email at pastortimmay@umcpb.org, or you can even respond to this email and say, hey, I'd like to be a part of the next new members class. We meet every Sunday in the month of September from about 4 to 5:30. It's a great time to learn about the church. It's a great time to interact with me. And so we'd love to see you come and be a part of that. We are also doing our Experiencing God class. So if you haven't signed up and you'd like to be a part of it, it's not too late. But after this Wednesday, it will be too late. And so if you would like to be a part, you still have time to do that now. And then we also have on the back burner, I'm meeting with Pastor Tim Smiley on Monday to discuss the possibility of a new book study that he would be leading. So there's more information to come on that, but we're looking at another book study for you to participate in real soon. So, hey, friends, I know this has been a little bit longer snapshot, but just wanted to share with you all the great things that are going on at your church. And again, just to remind you, just as the storms have come through and the sun is shining bright this morning, God's love for you never ceases. God's presence is always with us. It's the question for us is, do we have eyes to see and ears to hear? May you go throughout the rest of this day knowing that God is with you. Amen. Great being with you. Have a great day. Look forward to seeing you tomorrow in worship. Take care. Bye.